Hello, dreamers. I am coming at you from my back porch. See, that's my eat, drink, and be merry sign. Um, and oh, I'll show you. That's my dog barking, hanging out in the backyard. So I apologize if he barks. But I wanted to say this because I think it's really important. And I can relate to this thing that I'm going to talk about because I am an unrepentant introvert. I love my alone time. I prefer it to almost anything else. I keep a book or my Kindle in my purse, or I have the Kindle phone on my app and my Kindle app on my phone. So if I'm at a party and I'm overwhelmed, I can step away or go to the bathroom and read. And I've got a little pepper in my teeth, so you get that. So all that to say that if you're an introvert or you're new in your business, I feel you. I understand you. I have been there. And there's one thing I wish I would have done sooner. And it kind of falls into two things, but the first thing is get community. So even when I started and I turned this into a business, I was in a group, a large course, and there was a group involved, but I was always too scared to post for a couple of reasons. One, I never felt good enough. Two, my business was so different than everybody else's. And three, it started to seem like people were only using the group on Facebook to promote themselves and not actually to help people or to ask questions. So it just felt uncomfortable. So it kept me from getting community. There were even small groups, people in Dallas, and I sort of shied away from meeting with them until the very end, and I did, and it turns out I was further along in my business than most of them, and I was ashamed for no reason. And I just avoided it because it was uncomfortable. I was much more comfortable being in my vacuum, allowing myself to be that perfectionistic person and sit on the sideline, doing my business, doing the work, but still just not engaging with other people who weren't my audience. And I feel like that was a big mistake for me, and I avoided it because I just never felt like I was far enough along to participate, or never felt like people would understand my business, so I didn't ask questions about it. And that was hard. That was a mistake. So I didn't get community, and I didn't get the support I needed because I didn't participate in those types of things. And I know that there's a lot of people in this group. I mean, it's not like a crazy large group. There's almost 500 people here, and I see maybe 10 people post, and it makes me think of that time when I was in my business, and not participating fully that way. I'm sure you're participating. I know people are watching the videos and doing stuff and following along in the challenges and email, so I'm certainly not condemning you. Please know I'm not condemning you. I totally understand where you are and why you're there, but I also know that getting community and getting support changed my life, changed my businesses, and that's why I made it a big part of the Believers Business Academy experience, because I believe it's so important. And here's another thing. Sometimes you need a smaller place to feel safe, right? It's like when you're out at a party, the party can be overwhelming. But if you're at the party with your little group of friends, or you are just at dinner with your friends, you're totally comfortable, right? You're much more comfortable. And that's exactly what the group in Believers Business Academy is going to look like, because it's going to be small. I don't think this is going to be a big program. I think it's going to be maybe 10 people, maybe. Maybe God will surprise me, it'll be a little bigger, but I'd be surprised if it's 10 people. And that's kind of the way I wanted it. I want it to be intimate. I want it to be good. I want it to be a community where people feel comfortable and ask for feedback and receive feedback and practice content on one another and practice sharing and are honest and vulnerable with what they're going through spiritually or emotionally. All of those things are things that I want BBA to be about. And that's why I think all of you introverts and newbies will feel comfortable there, because it's not big and it's not overwhelming. It's a safe place to practice, a safe place to get to know people, a safe place to get support around what you need support around. And it's affordable, so you don't have to feel overwhelmed in that either. So think about what it would look like if you had friends who could fill in the gaps for you, if you could test out content ideas before you put them out there, if you could help develop your brand with your closest gal pals, if you could walk alongside other people as they're building their businesses and feeling good about it. That's what community brings. And sometimes that shyness, that feeling like you're not far enough, can hold us back. That lack of confidence can hold us back. So don't be shy. Don't be unconfident. Those are things we're going to work on. Those are things we're going to work through, and everybody has gone through those. And that's what I love about BBA too, is that it's for people in that stage of business. So you're probably going to be working next to people who are pretty early in their business. They're just starting out. They're like you, or they're just starting out with this part of their business. They haven't done that yet. And if they're further along, they're going to be so pumped to help you because they're your friends. So think about what is keeping you from getting the support and the community that you need. Why has that been scary or troubling? Or just what has held you back from that? And really examine that, pray through that, and see if maybe an experience like BBA would help with that for you. A place that's small, a place that's safe, a place where you can be yourself and be all in spiritually and mentally and in your business and emotionally, like where you can be all of those things. And that's so okay. It's so okay. And that's why I created BBA, to be that way for you. So, yeah, so don't let your introversion, don't let your shyness, don't let your feeling differentness keep you from what you need, whether that's BBA or something else. Just let that be something that you release and say, God, I give this to you. Help me find a safe place to find that. And I hope that Purpose Driven Dreamer Society is a safe place for you to do that too. So just keep that in mind. And lastly, I was going to say something. Totally blanked. I'm glad you guys are a gracious bunch of people. Yes, the announcements from earlier. So first announcement. One is I've added that extra spiritual dimension to BBA. So as I was praying this morning, I just had this feeling that I needed to add something about spiritual disciplines in there. And that's because I needed it to be super aligned, but my heart is really to not just help you with your business, but to help you become more mature disciples. And so that's what I'm looking to do in this. So that's something to think about. So you get a monthly spiritual discipline that will focus on that fourth and final week that we're working through. Number 2 is that for anybody who signs up for BBA today, I'm adding a special fast action bonus by midnight tonight Central Time. That's my time. I'll probably be up. I've been up every night this week that late just because, I don't know, launch week, crazy schedule. So, be sure, if you do that, you get a free session with me, 45 minutes, which is worth $200 itself. So worth a month in the program alone, to help you and to give you a bump at any point that you need it in the program. So you can use it at any point that you need in the program. And 3, the webinar replay is going out real soon at 3:30 p.m. my time. I believe it's around 2:33ish right now, so you've got a little bit of time. So either join my email list or register for the webinar at kateboyd.me/PI webinar, and you'll get the link to the replay at that point too. What else? I think that's it. So remember the fast action bonus. The early bird special ends tomorrow night. So if you have been thinking about it, it's time to get off the fence and join us in there, because it'll go up $100 a month next week, starting Saturday morning, starting Saturday at 12:01. So, yes, 12:01 in the morning. Sorry, I got confused with the midnights and everything. So just keep that in mind. If you've been thinking about it, if you have questions, I'm around all afternoon. I'm just kind of hanging out. I've got a couple cheerleading things that I'm wrapping up so I can focus on you guys a lot this week, the rest of this week and next. So be sure to check that out too. Okay, I will talk to you later. Bye.